This is Max, aka the Riz 6767, no cap, crash out, or a farmer. Blizzap for short. With me is Mike. What else do they call you, Mike?
I don't know what to say.
That's fair enough. That's what I was expecting. So today,
you're very old.
Yes, that is true. I'm an old man. Today we were talking about microtransactions, the transaction of micros mostly associated with video games. What are your initial thoughts on microtransactions?
Shit. All bad. Very, very stupid, but can be used if it helps grow the game. But if it, for all practical purposes, other than cosmetic, I think they should burn.
Okay, so I don't disagree with really that. I don't think we're going to have much contention here. I will just say that, as you alluded to already, I'm an old man, so saving a lot of time in like a multiplayer online game, like an MMO with some pay to win, I love pay to win. I can save 100 hours of grinding by paying $200. Yes, sign me up for that. Here's $200. Now I don't have to grind a whole weekend for 20 hours. Am I wrong?
Yes. Objective. Well, I mean, you're not wrong. You're an old man, and it probably saves you time. I think both of those are facts, but the fact that you can just supersede people who are putting time and energy into a game, it's very troubling. I think largely like results from anything you're doing inside of a game, or even, I mean, really like anything you're doing, it should be reflected by effort. If you can just pay your way to the top, I mean, there's no way to gauge skill. There's no way to gauge actual achievements. Microtransactions affect a lot. I have no problem paying for a mount. I have no problem paying for a cosmetic, but the second you can pay and skip 100 hours of grinding, like, kind of inflates a lot. That's just not, I don't know. It unlevels the playing field, and I despise it quite a bit, to be honest.
So it's not so much the cosmetics stuff. It's the paying for power. In an MMO, you like put $100 in, and now I've skipped 50 levels. I've paid for power. That's what you have an issue with.
Yeah, that and loot boxes. So, I mean, like the things that pop off to my head immediately are BDO, like BDO being one. And before BDO, it was Terra. I don't know if you ever played Terra, but Terra was one of those games you could just go in and drop $1,000. And you're like, if I want to pay $1,000, I can get a whole bunch of PvP gear, and I can get to the end game point where I can defend myself very well. And BDO kind of took that and ran to the fucking moon with it, where it's like, okay, you can pay $100,000 and just skip 3 years worth of work. While meanwhile, the people that are plebs or don't have a lot of money are spending 8 to 10 hours a day grinding for what somebody can just pay a couple $100 and get. So yeah, I think there is like it's just disproportionate in effort. Like, it's very de-incentivizing to just essentially put a whole lot of effort in and then to just be circumvented by someone that you can just drop cash at a game. That'd be good.
Is it fair that some 18-year-old during summer vacation can spend 40 hours a week grinding the monster zone and earning a lot of silver in BDO, whereas I have to be at work and 40 hours, 50, 60 hours a week, and I can just come home and spend that money to avoid that grind? Is that fair?
I think, I mean, largely, I think so. That's the point of a game, right? Is like the effort that you put into it. If you're not playing a game, you're basically playing a cash simulator. Like, who can just throw the most money at it?
Yeah.
So it's like there's like some level of effort, I think, that goes into that, and pride. Like, would you be more proud that you just dropped a whole bunch of money and got a piece of gear? Or would you rather be the person that's grinding 100 hours to get that endorphin?
I'll agree with that. I think that's why, like, I'm fine to pay to win for a little bit up to once it gets to a point where, like, I'm no longer playing the game. I'm just paying for this cosmetics of it and whatever. I'm paying for the flex. It doesn't make any sense anymore. Then what is the point of the game? You might as well enter the cheat code in a single player game. Like, look, I just passed level, the end boss. So, like, yes, there really is no point at that point.
It's like I love the cosmetic shit, because cosmetic helps fund other resources in the game. I mean, expansions and shit like that. I'm personally a fan of a subscription model. I'd rather pay 10 or 15 bucks a month and never think about it, and I get access to all the same things, and I don't worry about somebody that's just making $1 million a year just paying a whole lot of money to do a whole bunch of shit that I can't do. It's like the level playing field. Like, Final Fantasy does it really well. BDO does it fucking poorly as shit. But no, I think a level playing field is huge. Another thing I fucking hate is fucking not just microtransactions with loot boxes. Do you like loot boxes?
I love me a good RNG box. Yeah, especially if
Yeah,
it's relevant to the context of like there's a big dopamine release because you got that rare loot box thing. Yeah, I like a good RNG box. Yeah.
I hate it and love it. I'm so torn because I do love it. It's so nice to open it up and see like a fucking legendary thing pop out of it. It's fucking sexy as shit.
Yeah.
But do you think it's like with kids and different people being involved in it? What is your opinion of that in general games? Do you think it's a bad thing? Because like
Yeah, I
to
mean it's
steer
straight
out
up
my own
gambling.
thoughts.
Yeah, no, I think it's bad because it's straight up gambling. People, irresponsible people, get a little too drawn into it and now are just spending a bunch of money they don't have. So yes, it's bad because it takes advantage of the psychological pressure that people have for that. For your person who is less disciplined, yeah, they're putting money into it and they shouldn't for to chase that high of getting the rare drop. Yes, that creates a lot of problems, and the people designing these systems understand exactly what the human compulsion towards that is. Creates tons of problems. Yes, I think that is
Yeah,
fundamentally a problem. I'm going to admit I enjoy it, but I understand the psychological thing. I understand the reason I'm enjoying it, and you got to do it in moderation, like anything. So yeah.
yeah. I guess to sum this conversation up, I hate the fact I could put 1,000 hours in a game, get really fucking geared, and somebody like you or an old boomer that just can drop cash can go put like 50 grand into the game and then still kick my ass because they just put money into it. It feels very not level. That is my whole summary of microtransactions is fuck that.
I don't disagree with that position. I think that's fair. I think for me, it's like I don't have time to spend 20 hours a week grinding a game, so I'll put a little bit of cash in, but I also don't want to put a lot of cash in, because then what is the point? I want to be able to enjoy the game, maybe buy some cosmetics, maybe buy a little bit of power, and we'll see what happens. But I think that obviously this is a conversation that a lot of people agree with on the anti-pay-to-win stuff, but it's also a way that a lot of these games get funded. BDO not having a subscription fee pays for itself by having those pay to win elements. So, Mike, thank you so much for this conversation. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Like, comment, subscribe. Please visit debatecraft.com. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.